So if you want to take out that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
In today's video, we have two frauditors who have absolutely no clue. These are the two frauditors that were recently arrested for assault on a cookie store owner. Oh, yes, indeed. Enjoy!
Here we are at Marion County Courthouse. See how they do on practicing medicine without a license.
So what this idiot is referring to is the fact that to enter certain places you need to wear a face mask. Whether or not you agree with the face mask or the vaccine is not my concern. If you want to conduct business in this climate, you must wear a face mask. Just put it on, do what you have to do, and then when you go outside, you can throw the thing in the trash if you want to. Let's continue.
Signage on their doors. Hello.
You need to stop recording because they're not permitted. That's not permitted past this point.
Well, I don't think we're going to be going past this point because we're not putting masks on either. We were wondering if there's a deputy sheriff we could talk to here.
Regarding
you practicing medicine on us without a license.
Oh, yeah, we'll get a deputy up.
Thank you.
So we'll have to ask you to step back outside with it if you're not going to be masking it.
That's actually the problem right there, is that you're asking us that.
That will be on you. That's a personal decision.
Oregon law falls on individual responsibility.
Well, I'm not saying practicing medicine.
We're telling you, we read the law, practicing medicine without a license, and
Look, frauditor, you and your girlfriend can leave if you don't want to wear a mask. In the words of another frauditor, it's that simple, man.
it is exactly what you're doing. We're just letting you know. We're not coming after you. That's
medicine without a license. There you go.
so if you offer, undertake to diagnose, prescribe, or treat any illness, disease, injury, infirmary, anything like that, you are practicing medicine without a license. Hello.
Can we step outside real quick, please?
We're actually in a public space right now, and we know our rights. We're all right here.
So-
We were going to ask you some questions
So
regarding
real
your
quick,
conduct.
unfortunately, in this courthouse, per the presiding judge's orders, there's no recording. If you want to record a
Well,
conversation...
she just told us that we were fine recording right here, just not past that point.
That's until we get here. You're not allowed to record in this building anywhere.
Until you get
Is there a law that says that?
If you guys want to step outside and I can have a conversation with you and you can record me all you want.
Is there a law that says that?
We're bringing the order right now.
No law.
No, law, because the orders have to be lawful.
It is a lawful order on behalf of the presiding judge.
Frauditors always like to debate the semantics of laws versus rules versus policies. Come on, get with the program. If you don't want to follow the rules of our society, maybe you could move to someplace like Somalia, where you could become a real freedom fighter. Oh, I think you'd like that.
Just because the judge says this is a lawful order does not make it a lawful order. That's up to you guys, actually, as the executive department to determine whether or not they're committing official misconduct, which is a violation of any statute of their office.
Okay, so there's a law that allows the presiding judge in charge of the courthouse to make that determination.
To make rules within applicable provisions of law.
Courthouse, which Deputy Larson has that.
Okay, let's go ahead and see this real quick.
You can take it if you want. Here, you can have the copy.
Cool.
Can we step outside, folks?
This is actually a violation of your First Amendment rights. And the judge's orders, they have to follow all applicable provisions of law. And she didn't even actually cite the ORS law that she's getting the authority for this from. So there's no authority on this.
Okay.
So the law that you're referring to where she gets to make rules for the courthouse is ORS 1.002.
Now this dimwit is a real piece of work. After being shown the judge's order, he still wants to argue. What can you do with people like this? You're trying to be nice to them, but really, they need to be taken by the scruff of the neck and thrown out the door.
And in that law, it says within all applicable provisions of law, which includes Constitution, both constitutions. So another thing we're wondering is, why hasn't anyone caught that the mandate for the masks and the vaccines is unconstitutional and therefore illegal, which would be making her commit official misconduct and you guys failing your duties?
That's all up to interpretation, sir.
Okay, so
I'm here
We get
for
this
the
from you
rules.
guys all the time. You guys think that you can just interpret the law however you want to. It's written in clear, simple wording.
So we're
High
here
schoolers
for
can
the rules
understand it.
of this courthouse. Okay?
This is a public building.
okay, so
It is, but
in-
there's, just like any other public property, there's rules and laws that you have to abide by. So in this
Laws,
building,
yes. This
in
is
this
a place of
building,
public accommodation, right?
you cannot record in this building.
That seems fairly straightforward to me. No recording. Oh, go home. No, they're going to stand here for another 25 minutes and argue.
Unless you obtain written permission from the presiding.
We don't ask the
She's,
judge
she's
for our
happy.
rights.
She's happy to oblige by that, but there's a process to go through. Even the media goes through it every day. It's a process that everybody
well, we're
knows about.
not
and
we're
is
not
familiar
media.
with.
We're private persons with our natural rights under 174.030.
It doesn't change her directive in that order.
This is a lawful
She's not
directive.
allowed
In
to
case you
deprive a
haven't-
person of their natural rights without due process. So yeah, it is a violation. It's
She's-
her
she's
order is a
elected
violation of
her-
the law.
by the people.
Elected officials don't get to practice medicine without a license.
She's
Or
not
force
practicing
people into
medicine.
involuntary
We're
servitude.
just talking about the recording
Have you
devices
read
right
the
now.
law on practicing medicine without a license? Do you know
I'm
what
not
that
a
entails?
doctor, so I don't read the
You
practicing
are, well,
medicine
you're
law.
a law officer. You should know what the law says about not practicing
Well, it's
medicine without a license.
it's a felony. So if someone practices medicine without a license, that's
Like I
an
said,
arrest.
I'm
You
here
have
for the
to.
rules in this building, guys.
Then
That's all.
what about the laws? Those are
So part of the problem
Irrelevant.
with the I'm here for the duties in this building and I'm just following orders is per your department policies, you are not supposed to follow unlawful orders. If you're
Wow, the Frauditors certainly threw out a lot of information there. Talked about what? Practicing medicine without a license, talked about due process, talked about depriving them of the natural rights. Oh, what else can they talk about? Well, let's see.
given an unlawful order, you're actually supposed to arrest the person giving you such order because that is official misconduct. You guys are officials and you're representatives of an official. So if your official or another official gives you an unlawful order, that is a violation of any statute of their office because they're attempting to coerce you by making you act in a way that is illegal when they're making you think it's legal.
So my question for you is,
So we're wondering why.
What is your business in the courthouse? What can we help you with today? Because we can't allow you to go in the courthouse while you're recording, okay?
Okay.
Also, per the presiding judge's orders, we can't allow you in the courthouse without a mask. So
that
if you're
there is the
starting to
problem.
if you're starting to disrupt business of the courthouse by your conduct, the judge is willing to hold you in contempt and have you taken to jail. Now, that's none of our intentions, okay?
I realize
like I
that.
said-
I'm not,
like I
I
said,
don't
they
think
can-
that's your intentions.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be lovely if the frauditor could be held in contempt of court. Then he could be arrested, file a complaint and a lawsuit, and possibly get some go-away money. Oh, this sounds perfect.
We're just here.
So
So
we're not up here to harass you now. That's
I
really not
know,
what it's about.
and we're honestly not here to harass you either. We have been going around to every courthouse and every county and asking why there is so much discrepancy in reading the law. If the law is supposed to be enforced, it should be enforced in one manner the entire time, indiscriminately. Otherwise, it's discrimination. If it's not indiscriminate, it's discrimination. And so we're wondering how there could possibly be interpretations of the law for 36 different sheriffs and all of their deputies, the police chiefs, all of their police officers. How can there be so many different interpretations of the law when the law says one very simple?
Notice how the deputy looks at his watch. He's just about had it with this yahoo, and he's ready to put him out on his ear. Oh, we can only wish.
That's not what this is about.
Well, the law isn't really up for debate. It's actually very clear. It says no law, so that's very specific. No law shall in any case whatever control the free exercise and enjoyment of religious opinions or interfere with the rights of conscience.
So do you
Your
think
right of
that-
conscience is your conscientious objection in Oregon. That's your right to say no to anything, medical devices, treatments, prophylactic measures, etc. You don't have to accept any medical treatment or testing or anything from anyone.
So we're not here about any medical issues.
No, we are actually wondering if we would be denied access to the courthouse now that you know this without a mask.
Now
For
that
the
we just told
for
you
the
the law.
presiding
judge.
judge and the chief justice,
So do
we
they,
cannot allow you
They
in.
get a made-up laws?
That is an order above us.
They
You'd
get
be
a made-up
more-
law?
Just a second, I've let you
hold on,
guys
just
speak.
let him finish.
So that would be an issue that you can take up with legislation, senators, that kind of stuff, but
Well, it's criminal,
As far
so
as
that's
here-
why we're asking sheriffs about it, because you guys are, the first duty of a sheriff is to arrest and commit all persons for breach of the peace and public offense, and official misconduct is a public offense law. So, and when you don't do that, you become criminally liable for the conduct of those persons having a legal right to stop them. Or
I'm sure you're watching this, wondering much like I did, how long can this man continue to yammer? Believe it or not, I have edited out 17 minutes thus far. Let's continue.
I'm sorry. Like I say, we're only here for this business, so
you
not
took
gonna
an
be allowed
oath,
in.
right?
You're not going to be allowed in.
You took an
with the
oath?
camera.
So look, if you guys are here to see if we're not going to let you in
Did you
without,
take an oath?
without mask, hey, let's talk about what we're really doing here.
Well, the oath is your
We're
contract,
not
so
here
that's
to-
why we're clarifying
We're
that.
not here to debate. We're here to let you know that
I'm
no,
not
you're
debating
gonna-
anything. I know this
Are you
very
going to
well.
let me speak? Because we're not going to let you in the building without a mask, and we're not going to let you in while you're recording per the presiding judge's order. That's all I got for you, man.
And
Okay,
we're
well,
trying to
I
give
just
you
want to
some
let you know
leeway here
that
because
I'm not
the
going to let
judge
you
is
in
willing
without a
to
mask
take you into
statement. That is criminal conspiracy.
So you're threatening to take
To commit
us
coercion and
for not
extortion.
wearing a mask and for recording
Just to let you
per
know.
the judge's
If
orders,
you-
even though they're unlawful.
If you're interrupting the business of the courthouse, the presiding judge can hold you in contempt and have you taken into custody. Like I said, we don't want to do that.
So you're perfectly willing to
so
arrest me. So if I needed to get into the courtroom, and I'm well within my rights to go into the courtroom without a mask on, would you arrest me?
At this
Oh, what the hell. I love when these bloody frauditors give hypothetical situations. If I do A, will you do B? Well, I tell you what, why don't you see if you can do that, and then you can be fitted with a nice pair of shiny bracelets.
point in time, you're not, because you're recording and you're not wearing a mask, and that's
if
the requirements of this bill.
forget the recording, just the masks, the mandate. That's what we're here to question about is the mandate, because that is
So then
unlawful. That
let's-
is.
So real quick, let's step outside and have that conversation, so you're not violating anything. with
Well, we
your
already
consent.
know we're not violating our First Amendment rights. The judge is.
I'm just trying to work with you guys.
You're
We're
trying
not-
to coerce us? Is that what you're doing?
We're not trying to
That's
coerce
not
anybody.
coercion.
That's coercion.
That is actually coercion. I have it right.
What would you do the definition?
We're just trying to come to a
Coercion, unlawfully use or abuse a person's position as a public servant by performing some act within or related to official duties, or by failing or refusing to perform some act within or related to official duties, in such a manner as to affect some person adversely. Now, that's very general. Adversely just means negatively whatsoever. It means if we don't want to go outside against our rights, you don't have the authority to force us outside against our rights, and if you do, that is coercion.
We're having someone come up and
So-
might be able to help you a little bit further, because
You
we've
guys
given
know
you our
what color
answers.
of law is?
So there's also a bunch.
Violating rights under people
hold on.
under the color of law.
Hold on.
You're
We've got
risking your qualified
somebody
immunity right
above
now.
us to come up here and talk to you. Okay?
So do you guys know the Miranda rights? Right?
One has to wonder that in another life, in another universe, this guy could have possibly made a good litigator. Yeah, maybe. Now he wants to talk about the Miranda warning. Nobody said that you're under arrest because that's the only time the Miranda warning is read. But please, continue with your stupid speech.
You know where that comes from? The claim and exercise of a constitutional right cannot be converted into a crime. And it says no law shall in any case whatever control the free exercise of religion or interfere with the rights of conscience.
So
So that's very easy for you guys to understand as reasonable belief and probable cause for a
what is your
constitutional
business with the
violation.
courthouse then?
This is your contract. The Constitution.
We are
is your
we are
contract.
holding our public servants accountable is what we're doing because you guys aren't holding yourselves accountable according to your own websites.
Okay. So how are you looking to accomplish that today?
Well, we would like straight answers, honestly, on what gives judges the authority to override constitutional rights without due process.
So, the judge has the ultimate authority on what happens inside this courthouse, and
Within all applicable provisions of law.
and she has asked us to escort you out of the building. So, we're not going to discuss this anymore.
What's the judge's name? Who's asked us that? Who told you that?
Please leave the building.
What was the judge's name for that?
Tracy Kroll.
What was it? again?
Tracy what?
Kroll.
Prawl?
Yeah.
And can I
Okay.
see your faces 1 second so I can identify you?
We're indoors and we're abiding by the order. We have to wear a mask inside.
Can we get your DPSST numbers?
Frauditors always like to get names and badge numbers. Now, I don't know what the hell kind of number he just requested, but not to worry, sonny boy. It will be all printed out on the incident report because you're about to be trespassed.
Donald and Larson.
I can give you my alpha number.
Your DPSST numbers are required disclosure.
I have no issue.
Oh, it is. It's public record. When you're interacting with a public servant, they're required to identify themselves.
Right.
That's part of their identification.
Names are identification. So,
DPSST numbers, please.
Or badge numbers.
please leave.
Or your identity so we can tell who you really
And
are.
what is your name?
My name is Lieutenant Jay Bergman. I'm asking you to please leave the premises.
Okay, well, even asking nicely is still coercion.
No coercion.
Thank you.
Can I please see your faces?
You guys should really look up 166.715 and 720.
So you're threatening. We're leaving because we're being
Please watch
threatened.
yourself on the door and there's children
We're
coming
leaving because
inside.
we're being threatened.
Most frauditors have very basic or no editing skills at all, so the way this story is told is haphazard in the original video, but apparently the frauditors left the courthouse and they have returned later with more documentation that states they're allowed to be there. So let's jump into this part of the video and see what happens.
Here we are back in Marion County. We brought some more documents for these guys to read and try to get the deputy out here. The sheriff out here, since the deputies wanted to attempt to practice medicine on us without a license, coerce, and extort our rights.
So we didn't realize that the sheriff's department's in this building, and we need ejected scan.
Okay, so let's get you through here. You have anything in your pocket? Okay. So,
A few moments later.
Into the building without masks on this time. We're going down to the sheriff's office, but I think it might be a trap.
We just need to talk to the sheriff to file a criminal complaint.
okay, so we don't have deputies here to take reports. This is the administration's office. You have to call them to non-emergency dispatch.
Yeah, we tried that, and we're still waiting for a response, and we need to talk to the actual sheriff. It's regarding some of his supervising members.
Okay, I don't think the sheriff is in, but let me see if someone else is in. I can talk to you. Can I get your name?
Did you just ask for the frauditors' names? They remain anonymous because they're idiots.
We'd really just prefer to talk to the sheriff if we could.
Like I said, I don't think he's in, and you would have to make an appointment. I'll see if his assistant is in.
Maybe that's
So, please stop recording. Please stop recording. Okay, thank you. So we've been through this already.
We're here to make a criminal report.
Okay. So, are you here to make a report or talk to the sheriff?
We'd like to file a criminal report, but we were denied access to even come down here last time. And this is a public accommodation, a public service.
Okay. Please put masks on.
So that's what we were talking.
Do you have a medical exemption?
We have a religious exemption. I also have a medical exemption of disability.
So what is your medical exemption? Religious exemptions are not covered under the law. So
As I stated earlier, I'm not here to debate whether or not masks are practical or not. But if you are required to wear one inside a specific building, then just do it. What's the problem? These people have absolutely no business in this courtroom. They just want to push the envelope for clicks and views on their channel, and it appears to be working.
They're not. So
Under what law?
the ruling from the governor as far as masks mandates.
And what's
inside.
with the no video recording?
Well, did you read the cited authorities on that OJ rule?
I know what our rules are, and the rules are that we have to have masks on in public places. So if you have a medical exemption,
Did you read
please
the public health orders cited authorities to ensure that you guys were following the law?
if you have a medical exemption, you can be here without a mask. But without a medical exemption, a religious exemption is not going to work. That doesn't do it. That doesn't qualify. So here's the deal.
Is there a way that...
Are you still recording?
Of course he's still recording, Lieutenant, and his camera skills are not that good. I've had to write the image a couple of times, and I'll have to write it again in just a moment.
On this device?
Turn that off, please.
Sure.
Ma'am, please leave
So
the
you're a
building.
law enforcement officer.
And what was your name again?
Please. Jay Bergman.
Can you please
Jay
identify
Bergman.
yourself?
Please leave. You may
Coercing
not
his
record.
duties, extorting our rights to access a public accommodation, which is the sheriff's office, where we are attempting to file a police report on practicing medicine without a license, which he is doing currently.
This law.
Please leave.
And now
Please leave.
he just touched
You may
Amy.
not. You may not be.
So
in
that
here.
is an illegal
law-
assault and battery
I did
under Supreme
not
Court
touch her.
precedents.
Law.
I did not touch her. Thank you. Please
This
leave.
law. These are all laws you're breaking.
I hear you. Please
It's a
leave.
damn shame that you're in law enforcement and you don't know what the laws are.
Please
You would rather try and force me into involuntary servitude
No,
and
I'm
practice
trying to
medicine
escort
on
you.
me without a license.
Are you allowed to violate the Constitution?
Please
Are
leave
you?
the building.
Are you allowed to violate the
Please leave
Constitution?
building.
Are you allowed to violate the Constitution?
As a law enforcement
building.
officer, are you allowed to violate
You're
the
going to continue coercing us while not
Please
answering.
Leave the
while
building.
breaking all these laws?
You're not touching us
All
right
of
now
these.
because you know we're right, don't you?
Please
All
leave
of
the
these
building.
laws. You're breaking them.
Please leave the building.
Pardon me, Lieutenant, but you're dealing with a couple of idiots. That's right, idiots. The lowest on the IQ scale. They just can't comprehend anything.
A whole bunch of them.
You should look up 166.715 and 720 racketeering
currently on
activity
notice.
unlawful.
Leave the
You are
Please leave the building.
you are violating very
Please
many
leave the
provisions
building.
of them right now.
Very many.
Please leave the building.
I'm going to continue recording for my own safety.
Please leave the building.
You don't need to keep repeating that. Law.
How you doing, McDonald?
Good, how are you guys?
We're great. Thanks for the racketeering evidence. Good luck. She's pissed. It's understandable. I got over being pissed off about it, but for anyone else attempting to use public services, it would be very irritating to not be able to use public services, such as the ones that are supposed to protect you, yet they force you out when you're trying to make the police report on the conduct that they're conducting.
These two dimwits have been asked numerous times to leave the building, yet they remain. What is so difficult about leaving the building? Only a bird brain can answer that for us.
You want to?
What do you mean, sure?
There's a legal process.
Yeah, so it's called filing a police report, and we're trying to.
We've been trying to do this.
So would you like to take down the report?
That's not what I do here. You can call our non-emergency dispatch number.
Do you take
Are you a
reports?
sworn?
Any of
Are
you
you
guys know how to
you're a
do
sworn
that?
deputy, aren't
Any
you?
of you?
At this point, you guys have been asked to leave the building. So if you would like to contact our non-emergency dispatch line.
We
We've
did.
already done that. We're waiting for somebody.
Okay.
None of you guys can take the report?
Not right now, no.
You guys are hindering prosecution right now.
Leave the building. If you'd like
Is
to
that all you
comply
want
with
to
their
say?
request.
This is obstruction. This is obstruction of governmental justice, and it can be performed by public servants.
Criminals don't want to have discussions
Please
when they're being criminals.
Thank you.
You're all under private person's arrest according to 133.225 under constructive restraint. Any further activity is evading and resisting. Good luck.
You're now fugitives and impersonating a police officer. All of you.
Well, there you have it, folks. Remember, these are the same two idiots that were arrested in one of my previous videos for assaulting a cookie store owner. You can see they have no common sense, either one of them. If you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons like these make a complete fool of themselves, please subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.